You know, I'm proud of like the students who come to me and they go, you know, this is what I really wanted to do, but as I learn more about it, this is not. And I think that takes a lot of courage, you know, or the people that go, this is really what I want to do and I will do whatever it takes to do it. I mean, it's that realization that people learn what they want to do and then they go after it. And then you get to a point where you go like, this isn't what I want to do anymore. And that's cool. That's perfectly okay. People should change. Just because you liked one, you know, I used to like vanilla ice cream. Now I don't like vanilla ice cream. Now I like chocolate ice cream. And there's nothing wrong with that. And so many people get on a track where they go, well, this is what I have to do. No, you don't. You can do anything you want, especially in this day and age when you guys are going to change your jobs so often anyway. I mean, for me, it was different. You guys, you're gonna have 5 different jobs in your career, all totally different. That's the way it is. We know that. So if people can adjust and adapt to things, I think that when I see students who can do that, that makes me proud, because I've seen students who come into our program and get frustrated because they can't get their backpack bag to zipper up. And I look at that and I'm going, oh my, you're in for a rough ride here. And by the end of their senior year, you know, I mean, their first practice, and they work on the computers and they work on the equipment, and I swear their brains are going to dribble out of their ears. They're just going to explode because things aren't going right, and it's frustrating for them. By the time they're all done, it's like they just kind of go with the flow. That's tremendous. I think that's great. I those kind of students that I'm really proud of. It's the ones that have a lot of ability and never quite live up to it are the ones that I'm not. That bothers me.
Pinelli would be a chameleon because whenever we're doing something wrong, he always seems to blend in with the environment, and we notice he's there right after we do it.
If Mr. Pinelli was an animal, I think he'd be one of those like fluffy sea lion things, because he has like these big eyes and he's like kind of cuddly looking, and I see him getting like really excited about a lot of stuff, and I can totally imagine him being in like a Disney movie as a big sea lion kind of thing, like jumping around.
I would have to go with a hawk because he can see everything and what everybody's doing, but at the same time he can like look over all the students and be gentle at the same time. So I think he has that like little secretive thing about him, but I think he's very gentle and kind.
I think he'd be a lion because he takes charge and he knows what he wants, and he's a leader.
Oh, he'd be a swan because his grace and beauty is matched by none other.
He would be a bumblebee, a queen bumblebee.
I think he'd be a baby panda because baby pandas are very lovable and they're huggable and they're very happy creatures, and Mr. Pinelli is a very happy person.
He'd be a Care Bear because whenever I'm feeling down, he comes up and gives me a nice warm hug, and it just makes me feel great all around.
I think he'd be a hedgehog, prickly on the outside and soft and warm and fuzzy on the inside.
If Mr. Pinelli was any animal in the entire world, I'd of course have to pick the obvious, probably what everybody else picked. I would say a dog.
I have to say a dog.
Mr. Pinelli would definitely be a dog if he were an animal, because he point blank says he likes dogs better than people anyway.
He'd be a kind of dog because he can smell fear.
I remember all the dogs that he did for the Leader Dog program. I remember the first one he had, Willie, and then the rambunctious one was Clove when we were here back in '96 and '97. And then I've got to meet the other couple dogs he's done and trained over the past couple years. So I think it's great. I think it's a wonderful program. Just shows you what kind of kind heart that he has, that he cares about these people, and he's willing to do this. And it's kind of fun for students to kind of breaks up the day. You know, you have math class and all these science class, and then you have a dog in your TV class. So I'd say a dog.
Right now, my wife and I have trained 6 dogs. Willie was the first one, and he was like he was probably one of the best. Then there was Clove, who was the devil dog from hell, who never listened to us, but we found out later, because it took him a year to graduate from Leader Dog School, or most dogs take 3 months. But Clove, went to Spain. And we figured that the reason he didn't listen to us because he was a Spanish dog and didn't understand English, so that's where he went. And Willie and Clove, by the way, their names came from Samuel Beckett novels, and a play called Endgame, where Willie, who's buried up to her waist, Endgame is where these 2 guys help people. One of them lives his life in a garbage can, but that's different. The last 4 dogs have all been Hawaiian names. There was Maka, who was with a guy in Spain, Ika, who's now in Costa Rica, Hoa, who's back at home with us because he had allergies, and Kukua, who goes away in the summer of '08. And who knows where he's going to end up. So we've raised the 6 dogs, and it's amazing the amount of times where after a particular stressful period, you can go into your office and there's the dog and all the stress goes away. So everybody should be able to have a dog in school. It's really helpful. I like Hawaii. I want to live there. I don't want to live anywhere where it's cold. Of course, I've lived here for 57 years, which is, but of course, you got to eat, so you got to work. I see no reason to live where it snows. Yeah, I want to live someplace where I can have a sport and do it 12 months out of the year and not just 3 months out of the year. So I look forward to that. I don't want to own a winter coat. I don't want to own a pair of socks. I don't want to own a pair of long pants. I love Hawaii. I've loved Hawaii ever since I spent my first summer, in the summer of '74. I went there because I was working for a company and I was doing sound and lighting for a rock festival inside Diamond Head Crater. So that's the first summer I spent in Hawaii. And it was great because I went to school in the morning at the University of Hawaii and then would bicycle down to the Diamond Head Crater and work the rock festival for the 2 weeks that it was going on. And I took classes in puppetry, which was wonderful. And that was lots of fun, so I like doing that. After I retire, there are like all these books that I've bought over the years that I have not read, and that'll keep me interested for about 3 weeks. And then finding another job, because I have sort of an addictive, compulsive personality, and I have to be doing things or else I'll go nuts. And there's only so many Star Trek reruns you can watch on Sci-Fi Channel, and I've gone through most of those twice already, so that's not going to work. I honestly don't know. Whatever comes along, I'm lucky. Whatever comes along, I can do. And I know it's going to be interesting, and it may be working for Starbucks, and maybe, I've thought about going to work for Starbucks, so when I move to Hawaii eventually, I can get a job there. But I honestly don't know. But it will be something, because I just can't sit around and do nothing. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to it, though. I actually am looking forward to seeing what appears, because something in my life has always appeared. So but I think what I'll take away is the fact that there are a lot of people working in this area that are here because I gave them the opportunity. I don't know so much, and I've taught. I think when I look at the people that have gone through our program that have been really successful, I've taught them little things maybe. I've driven some ideas into their head, but I look upon it like a racehorse. If you take a racehorse, you can't take any old horse and make it into a racehorse. It's got to be there already, and you can train it to be a faster horse. And with the students that I've had, the ones that have made it was there already. My job was just sort of like to keep them in line and tweak it a little bit and give them the opportunity. And that's what I think has been great about this program. They've had the opportunity to do what they want to do. That's what I'm going to take away that I know there's people out there that are doing great work and not working for Fox News that are doing good quality work.
One of the things I'll just miss is the natural kind of rhythm of our day. I've worked with him for 16 years, day in, day out. Neither of us miss much school, and it's just you get used to seeing him every day, hearing his stories, hearing his crazy same jokes all the time. And I'll just miss sharing things that happen during the day with him because he's a lot of fun to be around.
I will miss his direct style with people and his quick smile. He is minces no words, very direct, and gets right to the point.
Well, Mr. Pinelli, I wish you a wonderful retirement. Hope I didn't cause you too many gray hairs. I'm starting to get a few of my own, so maybe that's payback. But I wish you the best in retirement, and even though you're not around at GBN anymore, I hope that you and I can stay in touch, and I hope we can do lunch every now and then.
Yeah, I'll miss him, and I hope to see him around, and I hope that whatever he finds to do in retirement is something that's challenging and fulfilling and is about half the amount of work that he's had to do here at GBN, because he has an incredible work ethic, and I will miss him a lot. So good luck, I'll miss you, and I'm sure you'll hear from me in the future. Help, need your help. So yeah, definitely, I'll still be in touch.
Pinelli, he is an antelope, for he can run swift like the wind and escape the large, vicious animals that he knows about. Thank you.